What up, wizards, and welcome back to the Elder Scrolls Legends. I'm Cardi Star. Today we're going to be playing a Shout Scout deck. Plays Necromancer, plays Dragons. It's actually one card off from one of the first place decks from last weekend's Masters Series qualifier. I am registered for the upcoming weekend's qualifier. This will be the first tournament that I've participated in, and this is one of the decks that I've submitted through registration. It's been a bit challenging for me to figure out. It's a control-heavy deck. I'm used to playing aggro, but I've gotten some good games out of it. So I'm actually choosing to keep Odoving in hand in the event that I get Galen the Shelterer. I want to be able to cycle Odoving back in. I also get Parthenax, which are both of my dragons, both of my dragons right off the bat. So I'll go ahead and keep them in my hand and hope my opponent doesn't play the card that transforms them into mummies. I can't think of the name right now, but I played as well. Death Priest, Hallowed Death Priest. So hopefully my opponent doesn't play Hallowed Death Priest early in the game, and I won't have to lose my dragons to ridiculous stuff. So we'll keep the shouts, and I may actually play it now to trigger my opponent's.
Simple farmer, you see.
That's frustrating. Gain 2 magicka this turn. So I don't know that I want to. I could potentially burn my other shout, but I don't think I want to do that just yet. So I did want to go ahead and
the waters of life. This one has already said
use my shout on that turn just so it didn't transform my opponent's creature into something a little bit more aggressive. So we do get the Thorn Hist Mage in hand, and we'll leave it there. Pass the turn. Like I said, this is a much more complicated deck to play than what I'm used to. So feel free to point out misplays. I'm getting used to it. Right now, it's been an interesting deck, but I've enjoyed playing it. So there's the Hallowed Death Priest. I may go ahead and play that. We do transform a Thorned Hist Mage, which isn't too great, and I think we'll end my turn there. So I can play Thorn Hist Mage next turn. My opponent plays a lot of the same cards that I play.
This one has already said too much.
I could play my opponent seems to be much more familiar with the deck. So we can play, I don't know. We can kill the Thorn Hist Mage. We can play our own. And I hate to do this, but we can kill the mummy. That way when we get our third version of the shout, it'll do full scale damage. Not necessarily happy with that, but we'll go ahead and play it.
We must count on our wits.
So this is a good card that my opponent's playing. They're going to draw an action of their choice from their hand. So let's see what they do with it. I'm really not sure what to play next. I Could just throw down all 3 of my low-cost cards. Tree Minder is a good play, obviously, on my next turn. I can play Giant Bat, kill their guard. I can Sanctuary Pet Sun and Shadow. So we'll see what we want to do. We're really just biding time till we can start playing our dragons. I bet my opponent plays the same dragons. Fortunately, we have ours in hand. We really need some draw cards at this point. So they just sacrificed Sun and Shadow to play it again. It's an interesting card. Sacrifice a creature, summon a copy of it. It's actually a pretty good card. So I think we will
Thorns and claws.
Giant Bat. Tree Minder.
The waters of life. Thorns and
Camel.
claws.
Face. And in my turn, still 1 turn away from being able to use one of my dragons. I think I want to use Parthenax first.
By the 8th, they will meet their makers.
I fly like the wind and
So
the
that's an
shadows.
interesting play on my opponent's part.
Nothing will stop my rise.
So this draw card. Okay. So we can kill my opponent there. Sanctuary Pet. The Daggerfall Mage. We can... I don't really want to play any of the cards in my hand, but I suppose as a deterrent we can play the Fighters Guild Recruit into the field lane. I don't want to go face, but I think we should, since I don't think I'm going to get lethal anytime soon with the cards I have in hand. So we'll see how my opponent responds.
The Night Mother will guide us.
So they get Golem the Listener in.
We draw power from their blood.
I speak
I'm gonna
with
start
the voice
collecting
of the Night Mother.
Blood Curses. After you play an action, put a random action into your hand. So that's an interesting play. I will kill that. I will play Ulfric's Uprising. I'll shackle my opponent there. And we'll go face.
Seed and spleen.
We're sitting with 2 dragons in hand, so I definitely play Parthenax next turn to get my 3 0-cost shouts. Probably should have played Parthenax that turn so I could Ulfric's Uprising it the following turn. We'll see how my opponent proceeds.
Rise,
The blood magic spells are obviously pretty hazardous. Now I can play Udaving on this turn and clear board, which I think is what I want to do. See what else my opponent gets on the board.
You will feed my clan.
All right.
Your storm is no match for mine.
So we're gonna deal 4 damage, kill everything but the mage. I think just pass my turn from there. Parthenax next turn, potentially with a Knight to Remember to get 6
They've
full
no
shouts in
move
hand,
we can't anticipate.
or a Knight to Remember on Odaving, depending on how many creatures my opponent gets down here.
We'll stand together.
Interesting play there. Interesting play there. So I think we do want to play Parthenax and potentially... Okay, perfect. So Parthenax. Draw a creature from your discard pile. We will upgrade that shout. We will draw a creature from our discard pile. I think we'll grab let's grab, well, we can't even play anything, can we? So I guess we'll play the Fighters Guild Recruit. No, we need to draw something for next turn. We'll grab Hallowed Death Priest. We'll summon a hero there. And we'll go ahead and play Knight to Remember on Odaving, kill everything on the board.
No match for mine.
They will get another guard, not an issue. We'll pass the turn. Hopefully both my dragons survive, and we're doing exactly lethal if we can kill this guard, which we should be able
The
to.
waters of life.
Don't know about killing that guard.
I draw power from these trees. I draw power from these trees.
So let's see. We'll play Endoral Mastermind.
They've no move we can't anticipate.
We'll grab Thieves Guild Recruit. We will play it.
What have we here?
Alright, that works. What else do I want to play with it though? Let's take a look at our... Do we have anything that we want to play? No, I think what we do here is we Hallow Death Priest. We break a stone. We Ulfric's Uprising. We'll upgrade a shout in our hand. We'll get 3 more shouts. Deal 4 damage to everything on the board. We'll upgrade another shout. That shout's already maxed out. So we'll upgrade that shout. Definitely grab the Packmaster to end the game. Destroy all creatures on the board. Go face. And unless my opponent does something crazy here, we should win the game. And this
Move we can't anticipate.
play actually worked out for me this time. It hasn't before.
I'll scout ahead.
So yeah, I think we played everything correctly. It's such a meticulous deck to play. There's so many bad plays one can make, and so many good plays one can make. So I believe I've made all the right plays. Looks like my opponent is trying desperately to prevent damage here. I don't think they're going to be able to though. Playing Ulfric's Uprising again. Not going to shackle.
In the shadows.
They're going to draw a card, which is interesting. I don't think they have the win,
I bow to your
and my opponent concedes.
Well played.
So well played, guys. So that is a crazy control deck. That's what a control deck kind of looks like. I have been losing a lot with it. As you can see, I'm in the Serpent's Tail. But it's a fun deck, and if it works, it works. So I'm going to practice it a lot leading up to this tournament. So hopefully I know all the ins and outs. But I appreciate you watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos, feel free to subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.